Hello, everybody. I hope everything is doing well with you guys. There's been a lot of changes, energies, everything kind of like gets into it. Tonight video, it's under one thing: union or destruction. Choice is ours for it. Astrology wise, things are kind of like crazy. And before I dive into the astrology, I'm gonna dive into the processes that goes on. If you've been following for years, been helping the twin flames and been helping the people and the soul connections and helping with the astrology reports about the vibes. If you need astrology readings, find me on the Facebook, message me. You guys have any questions? I'm available for you for twin flames. Just I'm here for you. But we have a kind of like a very rare astrology event. It's kind of like the planets are getting 2 by 2 pretty much within the same zodiacal signs. And during this union for it, we have a four different couples. The one's in the good side, and the other one it's in the bad side. If you take a look on these situations and the configurations between them, what it is, what's going on, are you gonna find the gift of the Mercury retrograde? Um, we are out of the retrogrades, and the energy is gonna rise up, doing and preparing actions for the physical. Now, during this process of these internal fights, maybe you improve yourself, maybe you do some inner work, maybe did a lot of things happening into you. Maybe you evolve from your old self, maybe somebody else evolved from their old self. And that new personality, that's new upgrades, that new things, would they gonna be available for relationships? Are you gonna be the same things in the same situations? No, they're not gonna be. The old dies, the new rise. That's how it goes. It's the path of the evolution, and in the path of the evolution, there is three cases. The one when two different species coming together for mutual evolutions, they can create something new, which is the best case. They are in a mutual agreement to both merge and go for create a new thing. The second case is the middle case is the one's gonna evolve, the other's gonna remain the same. It's gonna stay where it's at. And the third, the worst case, that is like the one just totally withdraws itself out to dissolve to dissolution, then the other one takes the energy and evolve. So this is what it's happening. What choices are you going to make? What the situations are you going to do? And this energy, it's coming from a stage that it's inside of you, you and the people around you, you and the people you work with, you and the country that you are, and it goes all the way up to the international stage between United States and Russia. That's how it goes. The one sees the bad sees the good bad, and all that crap. But there is no good. There is no bad into the good, and there is no good into the bad. How to explain it to you? It's kind of like a different misconcept, because the good comes in to show you that you can be good, but there is the good is also have a bad part when the good is not wanted. The other case is like if you are bad and you show someone's bad side, then you're doing a good things. So here is all this mixed up and everything. To go back into the astrology, I made astrology kind of like the in introductions to these parts out on the Facebook about it, and they're very interesting. They're very interesting. And let me begin with this for it. So as you see it here in the chart, this is currently right now here, as you see it. We have a Mars and Venus coming together in Capricorn. And this is about the masculine and the feminine. This energy of masculine and feminine is going to increase. It's going to rise up. This energy is good. It's positive. You're going to feel it inside of you about these changes, about these processes that's going to be you to understand what is the right thing, what is the professional relationships, that you have to be a professional in relationships. You can't be just a jackass in relationships. One way or another, you understand this. That's what the part of the Capricorn is. I don't care what you say, I don't care what you think, I don't care what you feel. I care about what you do. And this is Venus and Mars coming in together in this position is about I have to be good, I have to be professional, I have to seek the right things, I have to be the woman, I have to be the man. If you're a woman, you're gonna be like, I have to properly understand the man's. Not to be my only wise, I have to cooperate here. I have to stop with this dirty games, secrets, and so on. The man here is like, I gotta get off of these secrets and things that these toxic things inside of me. I gotta get away with it. I had enough in my life. So that's what one of the energy is. Another energy that is a Mercury with Pluto. What is Pluto is Pluto, it's the bringer of the destruction. He's the one who dives deep and look into yourself. What bad parts are you going to destroy so you can have this gift to yourself? If you watch the Mercury retrograde in the picture, it is you going to this journey to go ahead and find the phoenix. Well, the phoenix is you rising from your own ashes. Mercury retrograde, it is about self-talk. Now Mercury is gonna meet Pluto again, is gonna say like, I told you what to do, I told you your bad side, did you destroy it? Now it's time to destroy it. Now you have the time to make the actions. But if you haven't destroyed yourself, you're gonna carry the old with you, and you're gonna continue destroying things through life. And that's what this energy is inside of you is. Should I listen myself? Should I listen others? Or what the hell is going on with the energies for it? But that is also in a Capricorn. Are you going to be professional to yourself? Because the most important part is what you're telling yourself. If you tell somebody else, is like, they damage me, they hurt me, they done. And the other guy says like, well, here is bad. Why don't look in yourself first? Before you point the fingers to somebody else, point the finger to you. And that's what this Mercury retrograde Pluto, it is about this. But as you see it here on the screen, that square here with the moon, those is gonna be the triggers. The moon, we're talking about it's gonna go in Taurus, and it's gonna be a first quarter moon. It's gonna join Taurus. It's gonna join in Taurus with Uranus, which is gonna be tomorrow, and this energy is not gonna be present in there, but that energy is gonna be affecting yourself. Are you gonna make yourself good? Another thing that is going on right now, that is a Saturn Sun conjunction in Aquarius. As you see it here on the screen, is that square with Uranus. Uranus, it says, I'm the universe. And you should stop going the old ways in moving into the age of Aquarius until you don't learn to become your new self. You have to learn the age of Aquarius. You have to learn the new things. You have to become a new you. Like it or not, it is what it is. You've been awakened for a while. Time is now. You need to cut the crap of the old paradigms, of the old self, of the old learnings, the old you. Because the sun is, I am. Saturn is the teacher. He says like, he ain't going anywhere. You're not. You ain't moving in these directions. The old ways, you find out that like a magic doesn't work. Something doesn't work in your life the way you go. Something it's not happening. Why? You're doing the same things. Same things brings the same results. It's insanity. So during this internal processes and those energies is you're gonna be forced to evolve. The question is if you've been in a relationship as your old self, once you evolve, are you gonna be in the relationship with the new self? And that it's gonna be a rough and tough questions that comes up to a lot of the people. So tomorrow, which is Monday, as you see here, we are going to have the fourth union. That is the moon with Uranus and that energy I just told you about. It's going to be focused there. Are we going to destroy everything? Are we going to build a new thing? This is going to be a heavy push. That is a first quarter moon of the lesson when the moon, Saturn, and the sun they were together in Aquarius. If you watch the last week report, you'll see the things that I'm talking to you. And as soon as the moon is there, that squaring, okay, because of the first quarter moon. When we have a full moon, it's going to be opposing the sun. When the moon is going to be in Leo, but that we're going to look at it the next week for it. So as the moon goes there, the moon is in sextile with Jupiter. It is about to grow, to see new things. As you see here at the screen, we have a trine with Mars and Venus. Universe says, I support your masculine, I support your feminine part. That sextile with Jupiter is I'm supporting your growth. You need to grow on the masculine and the feminine. This is about union, but where the union begins first? In you, not with somebody else. In you. And during this process, it is about a lot of learnings. As you see it also, the North Node, it's also in Taurus, and it's got a trine with Pluto and Mercury. Karma has to be resolved. Things have to be resolved in the truth. Pluto and Mercury, they have a sextile with Neptune. Visions into the material world, they'll come. They will get into. The question is, are you going to listen to this dark voice from Lilith that squaresing Neptune? There's always going to be that little other voice inside of you of what you're going to listen. And it's going to be strong. Not small, it's going to be strong because it's an opposite side. There's the opposite things. It's going to show the opposite pictures from within. So during this processes inside of you, take time to understand better yourself. The more you understand yourself, the better it will be. So Tuesday, the moon is going to be moving along and this energy is not going to change much. But as the moon begins to move, we're going to have this squaring Saturn Sun energy. It's going to be less intense, but it's going to be there. It's going to shows up in there. And it's preparing this North Node, you're going to end up in issues that you really have to perform. You really have to change in this position. Question it is are you going to do it? And Wednesday, the moon is going to be in Gemini. It's going to square Jupiter. That's going to be like whatever I did, maybe I didn't grow enough. Whatever I figured it out, I didn't did the right things. There's going to be this part of the Gemini that did I listen to one Gemini or the other? Did I listen to evil or the angel? Did I listen or did I did? Did I? That's coming off the square of Jupiter. You make evaluations of your growth, but you kind of like preventing your growth of too much thinking. Sometimes you may find yourself, why am stinking thinking? And that stinking thinking, sometimes you can create an actions that not proper. But the power of Mars and Venus coming together and Mercury, Pluto, it's gonna begin to feel strong. That energy is gonna be feel strong. Sun, it's separating from Saturn, so there's gonna be like, okay, it's time to move. It can't be all the time in this jail situation. I need to change something. I have to change me. So on Thursday, the moon it's going to be joining Lilith, and we are going to have a square towards Neptune. You might gonna see or dream things that are out of the ordinary, something from the deep, from within, something very, very deep for it. Also, we're going to have squares with Jupiter. It's kind of like preventing you to grow, because before you grow and do, you have to do an evaluations. You have to do the right things. Mars and Venus still coming together. Mercury and Pluto, they are pretty much in the same spot. And these intense energies, they're gonna affect you one way or another. You might see it in yourself, but you're also gonna be seeing it within the relationships you have with everybody around you. That's not escape. You can't escape this. You might find people who trying to solve things, resolve things, do things, but if you try to solve or resolve, it's gonna be on depends of your new you. And what I'm talking about the new you is the new you is qualified enough for the new you in the other person. And that's why the moon in the Gemini is gonna be like, I trust you but I don't. I like you but I don't. Because there is gonna be some this duality signs of it, because the moon and Lilith, they're gonna be there. The new moon that comes in and the dark moon that stays there in the past. Question is who are you going to listen for? So Friday, as you see, the moon is moving along. It's going to be continuous squaring Neptune, but it's going to give this divine energy towards Pluto and Mercury. Pluto and Mercury, they are both in the 27 degrees, which is the exact together. As you look at it here, the Sun and Saturn separates, and right now you're gonna feel like, yes, I did growth, I did things, I need to move forward. I have to go forward. I can't just stay stuck. Saturn is going to be like, okay, well, there is a trine with Lilith. Is like, did you learn how bad you were? Did you learn how bad the things are? Did you see the bad results? Did you evaluate yourself? Did you evolve from this? Would you repeat the same thing? Would you repeat the same mistakes? You're going to be tested. And that test is going to be coming up within the full moon for it. So on Saturday, the moon it's in Cancer, and since Venus and Mars they are in Capricorn, the moon in Cancer, it's going to be opposing this union. This union in you first, and then in the union with everyone around you. And this test is going to be kind of like a very, very powerful. We're talking about this is a two opposite cardinal forces. One, it represents the emotions. The moon, it's going to be in its own power in Cancer, and these emotions they're going to be strong and powerful. But the other one, it's Mars and Venus. They're in Capricorn. They're into the professional relationship now. They're in union. They're both in 14 degrees. And we are talking about that a lot of the people is going to understand this toxic behaviors of both sides. We're talking about like, I will put my force, I will step onto it, I will force this. It is what it is. I'm the man. The typical masculine power for it, or the feminine toxic way. It's like, I will be doing this. He's going to do that, and then I'll get what I want, and after that, he's gonna do what I wanted to tell him. You know, this form of controls, they're gonna collapse. Sooner or later, they're going to collapse because they're not good for anybody. They're not good for you, first of all. They're not good for the person you are. And then they're not good for the society. So the society going into Age of Aquarius. You can't bring that old toxic crap into the Age of Aquarius. It ain't gonna work. But the people who still have these emotions not processed, not done properly, they are going to be expressed as anger. There's going to be this toxic behaviors for it, because the moon in Cancer is not happy of the new ways. The moon is not happy with the new ways. And on Sunday, we are going to have the moon moving into pretty much is going to be at the end of Cancer. It's going to begin to enter Leo. It's going to be intense period because we are going to feel this full moon power coming up. Very small amount, but it's going to begin to kind of like warn you of what it's going on. As you see it, it's opposing Venus and Mars, and it's opposing Mercury and Pluto, who are beginning to separate. Mercury is trying to catch up back with the Sun. It's like, hey Sun, wait for me. I was retrograde. I was down in the hole. But now coming up, I'm getting myself out of the basement. I'm getting myself back of the darkness. I'm putting myself back to the light. I bring the secrets out of the light. I'm bringing this bad behaviors to the light. I need a change. I need to catch you up, because I have to be with you when you go to Pisces. So in this energies of things, these emotions from the Cancer, they are going to be very strong. They're going to be very powerful, and also it's going to have this support within yourself to do the things, to do the right things. Venus is going to begin to separate from Mars during this process. She's going to start picking up a speed ahead of Mars. Mars is going to be kind of like a stays more in a Capricorn until Venus is going to be taking off. And that's pretty much it as this astrology report. Guys, just be careful with yourself, be careful with those around you. Do your things the way you find best fit, but the person you need to fix first is you, not somebody else. You. So guys, thank you so much for watching the report. Be love, be love, be love.